y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today and do a video on highlighters. This is my first time I've ever done a video dedicated to highlighters. I have developed quite a passion for them. But before I get started, I'm doing this in collaboration with Carol of the OhCarol show. I'm sure if you're on my channel, you already know Carol, but I'm going to state the obvious. Carol is precious. She's one of the sweetest people I have ever met. Encouraging, sweet, and I love her channel. I have gotten so many good products from her. Most recently, the dupe for the beauty blender from Miss A. She does gadgets, she does tutorials, she does great eye looks. I love it when she does her eye looks because I would kill for her eyelids. She just has a well-rounded channel and I just love visiting her. If by some chance you don't know her, or if you do, go over and visit her channel. She's gonna do cream highlighters and I'm gonna do powders and liquids. I'm separating mine into drugstore and high-end, and I'm gonna start with the drugstore. Okay, I have 4 drugstore highlighters for you, and I'm gonna start with my favorite. It's the Wet n Wild. This is so beautiful. This is the To Reflect Shimmer Palette. I have it on this side. Creamy and smooth and goes on so easy. I'm going to put a little more on since this is what I have on this side. This is seamless. It doesn't make my pores stand out. It is just beautiful and easy to use. I love this. I fell in love with it immediately. Probably a couple of dollars. This is one of my very tops, high-end or drugstore. Next, the Revolution Vivid. This is beautiful, y'all. It's kind of got an iridescence to it. Again, I love that. It goes on creamy, smooth. I did not notice any pores with it. Now, I will tell y'all, when you get these on, if you're seeing your pores, whenever I'm seeing my pores, I bounce a beauty blender over it. And it kind of works it into any texture you have. And then if you still have some texture, put a little powder or a little blush over it. It just, I'm telling y'all, these drugstores, if you're new to highlighter, try a drugstore. Dip your toe in the highlighter pond with a drugstore highlighter. These are beautiful. This one is a hair underneath the Wet n Wild. But I love this one too. Okay, then one that's more subtle. The Essence in Pure Nude. I want to put it on my other cheek, but I'm trying to save a cheek for the high end. This goes on very subtle, very smooth. But again, if you happen to see some pores with it, when I keep any highlighter back here, okay, I'll go ahead and put it back here. If I see any pores with highlighter, again, bounce it out with that beauty blender and it works it in. It's subtle, easy to put on, seamless. I have 2 Maybellines, and one of them is a powder and one of them is a liquid. This Master Chrome highlighter is beautiful. I find the liquids very easy to use because they're not powdery. So, you know, they're a little dewier looking. Oh, so pretty. And when I'm doing these, I put a little bit on a beauty blender, put it right here, and then just bounce it out until it's smooth and even. This was very easy to work with, very pigmented, very smooth, very nice. And then finally, for the drugstore, the Maybelline Master Chrome. This was in my drugstore haul. I immediately fell in love with it. Y'all, this feels softer than most of my high ends. Very gold. I will probably use this a ton in the summertime when I'm a little bit darker. Right now, I'm leaning towards either real light gold or pink or white is what I'm leaning towards. This with a tan, or if you have olive skin, would be beautiful. This is very pigmented, but it's also buildable. So it doesn't just go on like really dramatic. You put it on and then you can build with it. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the high end. I'm gonna start with what probably is my top right now, and that is the Laura Geller. I immediately fell in love with these. Beautiful application on these. Soft and buttery and beautiful. Easy to work with. These are nice and pigmented. They remind me a little bit, this one, the Gilded Honey, kind of reminds me a little bit of the Lancome. I think these may be a little bit easier to work with. This is the Gilded Honey. Again, with a tan, but I wear that right now. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit of the Gilded Honey on for you. Going to get a little fan brush I picked up from Morphe. And then just, oh. Now it's pretty high shine, but easy to work with. And if you don't want that much pigmentation, again, just with a beauty blender, just kind of bounce that in. Beautiful. Okay, even with those are my Lancomes. The first Lancome that I picked up was the Sparkling Pesh. It's beautiful. It's, you know, gold. It's very pigmented. With a Lancome, I learned that you need to put this on with a fan brush because it is so pigmented. This side. I'll go back a little ways from the. It's very pigmented, smooth. Now this one I do work with a beauty blender because it goes on so pigmented. It's beautiful. Then I picked up another one from Lancome in Luminous Gold. This one I'm saving for when I'm a little more tan. I get so pasty. But yeah, the Lancome highlighters are beautiful. Very pigmented and buildable. You know, if you do it with a fan brush, they're buildable. MAC Whisper of Gilts. Again, this is a gold tone. This one is a little more subtle than my Lancome. I feel like this one's a little more buildable. When I was testing this out, I could wear it to the gym, and I'm not, you know, like a strobe. You can build it up. You can go subtle with it. I think this is a classic. I heard about this on somebody else's channel. It's very nice. So I'm really enjoying that one. Okay, then I picked up this little travel size, kind of sample sizes of the Becca Champagne Pop at Christmas. This liquid, it just adds a very light luminosity. Very light. In fact, I thought it might be, you know, a first step. It's just a very subtle luminosity. And then the Champagne Pop in the powder, look how subtle that is. It's very nice. If you're just trying to, you know, kind of ease into a highlighter, it's very subtle. And, you know, then I just bounce it out with a beauty blender and it just smooths it right out. This is very nice. Okay, next, and I love this one too. I've had this one almost the longest of any. I think this was my second highlighter I got. The Hourglass Brilliant Strobe. It's just like a white pearl. Beautiful. This is like a surprisingly subtle glow from within. It doesn't go on just overwhelming, and then you can build on it. Hourglass just rarely disappoints me. Probably my least favorite I'm so shocked about, and that is my Anastasia Glow Kit, and my daughter gave this to me, so I have a passion for this one. I mean, you will get some beautiful looks with this, but I just have to work with this more with my pores. It's a very nice pigment, but I have to bounce it out a little bit more. And maybe put it on underneath blush, and then put the blush on over it, and then the powder, so you're just kind of glowing from within. A trick I learned from my Annie P Makeup and More. That is a lovely technique. Your highlighter first, then you put your blush on over it and a light dusting of powder, then you're just glowing from within. In fact, I did that one day when I went to the gym. I was testing it out and I wore it to the gym one Sunday, and my friend Julia said, "That's not fair. You don't even sweat when you work out, you glow." I said, "Girl, I'm not glowing. That's my highlighter." She said, "You look like you're glowing." I was immediately addicted to highlighters when I got that comment. Then I'm going to go on to my liquid, and I'm going to start with the one I've had the longest. This was the very first highlighter I think I ever got, the Shy Beam, and I heard about this on Elle Artistry. The Shy Beam, this is the perfect subtle highlighter, kind of a gold or a peachy color. Very subtle, and seriously just makes you glow. Look at that. It's just going to give you a light luminosity. It is a great way to try out highlighters. Okay, then I picked up the High Beam and the Sunbeam. Now the Sunbeam is a gold, very warm, and I'll wear this one with my skin tone in the summertime. It's right there. They just add an easy, smooth luminosity to your skin. And then this is probably the one I'm most excited about, and that's the High Beam, because it's a silvery pink. Again, smooth. I just dot this on where I want my highlighter and bounce it out with a beauty blender. Oh, that has a little more bang for your buck than the other two, and I really love this one in the wintertime when I'm so pale. Okay, and then probably my highest shine, y'all. And this was a Sephora Points. It took me forever to start using this, and that's the Cover FX drops. I just put a drop on the end of a beauty blender, bounce this onto my skin, and it gives you the most impressive, look at that. like a robot, and you really get, you know, a dramatic look with that. Just put it where you want your highlighter and then bounce it out with a beauty blender. It's lovely. And those are pretty much all the highlighters in my collection right now. So y'all go visit Carol's channel. She'll have some great cream highlighters for us. And I'm headed over there too because I love the liquid. I know I'm going to love the cream. She'll have some good ones for us. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments or questions down below. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.